Hi, how you doing? It's Adam Roxby here again, and this is the third video, just basically wrapping up everything that happened as a result of the epic drive I did to France in my electric car. Now, since I made the first two videos, the first video obviously being getting there, and the second video obviously coming back, I've had a few people asking me some questions about how I did it and what sort of advice I would give looking back at it, and I'm going to address some of those in this video. So, in total, I did just over 1,000 miles driving from East Anglia to the north of France and back again. And that wasn't my original plan. Originally, I wanted to go from Poole to Cherbourg, so I would be driving more in England and less in France, where I was obviously unfamiliar with the setup. But weather conditions made that impossible. So instead of calling off the trip, I made my driving more risky by driving in France. So, a couple of things to say right off. The charging situation from Calais down to about Caen, just from Calais down to where Normandy starts, was fine. We used the supermarket chain Auchan or Auchan. My pronunciation is terrible, and that was covered by the Kiwi or Kiwi pass card, which, if you want to do an analogy, is probably similar to Ecotricity networks. Big rapid chargers can charge a car up to about 80% in half an hour. Really great, and we were happy with that. But obviously, being at supermarkets, we didn't explore how they would be out of hours, whether they'd close their supermarket car parks. That's something to bear in mind. Caen was the real problem. Now, since coming back, I have been told that they are building more chargers in the actual city itself, which hopefully will alleviate some of the problems, because basically from there, you're really in a bit of a desert. Obviously, we had those problems with the IKEA rapid charger going there and coming back, so that was a problem. After that, it was a mixture of Renault garages and other sort of provincial stuff. There wasn't anything really. There was a couple of the Kiwi rapid chargers which helped us out once we got into Brittany, but getting there was really a problem. I think I was told that the charging cable that I got to make my car, which is a Type 2, compatible with the Type 3 that you find in France, may have throttled the charge I was getting. So ordinarily, if I'm charging at a dealership in England, a Renault dealership, it should take about 3 hours. That's similar sort of. That's a fast charge. That's similar to what you'd get maybe at a supermarket here in England, and it should have been the same charging at a Renault dealership in France. But for some reason, it was doubling that amount. So if we wanted to get a similar amount of charge, it would have taken us, 6 hours, which really, really does put the brakes on your trip and takes it just to that unpleasant level. When you start to sort of are having trouble convincing people this is an adventure and you're breaking new ground, and it starts to become a bit of a chore. So I don't know. Maybe I need to investigate that for any future trips to the continent. Somebody else asked me what sort of charging cards I should get. Well, the one that I obviously should recommend the most is obviously the Kiwi card. I will say, I've said this on previous videos, but do check the website and don't assume, like I did, that every one of those points on that charging map is a rapid charger, because sometimes we found chargers that were operated under their network but were fast chargers. So it's, do your research, which I didn't entirely do to the fullest extent. That being said, the other cards that I would think about getting would obviously be the one for the Leclerc supermarket chain, but we had the problem trying to use that in Caen, and the advice I was given by the friends we have in France was that it only works with the supermarket at which you purchase the card, which seems unbelievable to me, but I only managed to get it to work in the supermarket where it was bought, so perhaps that's the case. Now, there are two other main network providers or network operators which may help you getting through Normandy, and I'll put a link to those in the description. One of those I believe was called Mobisec or Modisec. Obviously I can't remember off the top of my head, but as I was looking for chargers on the return journey, I saw a few of those pop up, and the other one was Sodatel. But the ones for the first one, Mobisec one, I saw a lot of those, as in they were going to be coming here soon, so they weren't quite ready for my trip, but for future trips perhaps that might be another essential card for travelling. So as you can see from some of the video that I took for my dash cam, the car was sending us along some pretty hairy roads, and there's something about driving on French motorways which is different to driving on English motorways, and I don't know what it is. Maybe because they've got more of an undulating road surface, I don't know. You know, you're going up and down and all over the place, as opposed to British motorways, which are fairly straight, flat and boring, and you know, you don't lose that many miles. But I found as soon as I went onto a motorway, my estimated miles was just dribbling away, and it was really, you know, did get a few sweaty palm moments. So the choice that the car made, or that I told it to do, was to choose the shortest route. Obviously took us along some very, you know, provincial roads, but they were really helpful as for keeping the estimated range above the distance, which obviously is quite essential if you want to make it to your next charging spot. So I think that's pretty much it. Would I do it again? Well, despite all that went wrong and sitting in those clothes for 2 days, I thought I was going to say no, but obviously I'll do things differently. But yeah, I would do it again. It was a fun experience, and it just goes to show that you can drive an electric car in France and take it thousands of miles. And as I said from the outset, this is an electric car which was never really built to go this distance. This is a sort of poodling around a city, or you know, medium range electric vehicle. But if I can do it in this vehicle, you can certainly do it in pretty much any electric vehicle. So yeah, I'd do better planning, maybe take a better charging cable, maybe see about getting a few more of those other networks which seem to be just encroaching into Normandy, because I tend to go the north of France almost exclusively. So yeah, that's what I'll do differently, but certainly I'll do it again. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you've got any questions, if you'd like me to go into more detail about something, then I can get in touch with you, or at least point you in the right direction. Got to give thanks out to NewCharge, Mark from NewCharge, who lent me the cable. That was very nice of you, thank you very much. Dennis Walker, who gave me some advice, and also people over at the Speak EV forums, which is an essential forum to go to if you want to get information about all sorts of electric vehicle related news and help. The forums are very useful. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll speak to you really soon. Bye bye for now.